First, there was the collapse of civilization, anarchy, genocide, starvation. Then what it seemed... First, there was the collapse of civilization, anarchy, genocide, starvation. Then when it seemed things couldn't get any worse, we got the plague. The living death, quickly closing its fist over the entire planet. And then we heard the rumors that the last scientists were working on a cure that would end the plague and restore the world. Restore it? Why? I like the death. I like the misery. I like this war!
Yasharala, all praises and glory goes to our power. Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakakwadash. That is the God of you Israelites. The God of you Israelites, man. The people who was freed from Egypt. The people who had to flee the Roman captivity, the Romans in 70 AD, who were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth from the west coast of Africa into Europe, into all these different parts of the earth, man. That's who this Bible is for. And we say, call halal Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, call halal Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, call halal Yahweh Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Rakakwadash Barakatah, for giving us this knowledge and wisdom and understanding to wake up from our dead state that we were in. We're in a dead state. The valley of the dried bones, the scriptures speak about, man, in the book of Ezekiel. It says, what, can these bones live? Can you come out your darkness? Yeah, I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect, man. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and salutations to the elect men feeding the sheep of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And, let's get straight into this lesson, man. Like we said, can these dried bones live? We need to wake up out of our slumber, man, because the place that we're living in, this is not our rest. This is not our place of comfort. This society is surrounded with wickedness, man. The whole earth dwell in lie in wickedness and evil. And you got wicked people in control of this society, and your interest is not what they have in their heart. They could give two fucks about your problems, you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. One thing you got to realize, the issues you're going through is because of what these other Gentile nations that the Lord set over us, because of our disobedience. Because of our disobedience. And right now, everything is pointing towards the end of this society. The end of this society. That's why it's so much wickedness in the world. That's why it's so much evils in this society, man. I'm reading, it says, if God exists, why is there so much evil in the world today? If God exists, why is there so much evil in the world today? See, it's funny. The people who be putting these quotes is like, see, when you Negroes and Hispanics and Native Americans were in your captivity, when you were getting destroyed and conquered by the white man, they didn't look at that as evils on the earth. That wasn't bad times. That wasn't bad time. That was SHTF for us. That was all hell breaking loose on earth for us. For these other nations, that wasn't evil times. That was their time. What it says, they sent gifts to each other. They were merry. They were happy that we went down. They rejoiced that we fell as a people. You think these other nations care? Think about it. Esau needed you to build up his kingdom. And right now, he don't need all of you. He's going to keep a few of you. If he was supposed to continue in his thoughts and what he's trying to accomplish and set up, he don't need all of us. He was going to keep a few of you Israelites, have you chipped up and serving him until you die and come back over and over. That's what was going to happen. Because this devil's not about righteousness. They tell you in the book of Maccabees, after Alexander died, the generals under him put on crowns and evils multiplied on the earth. Yeah, that's when evils really multiplied on the earth. And we could break down evils into multiple things. Multiple things. Through women, you bring evil on the earth too. It says, through her we all die. Man, let's get these verses. First and foremost, let's get Romans 5 and 12. Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men. Yeah, sin, when you transgress the laws of the Lord, the God will kill you. Hey, I told you not to eat this food. I told you not to put on women's clothing. I told you not to lay with other men's women. I told you how to deal with the land. I told you how to do this and that. And guess what? No, we don't want to do this. We want to do it like the other nations. Guess what? You're going to fucking die and you're going to go into captivity. That's what ended up happening. I'm going to read again, Romans 5:12. Wherefore, as by one man, Adam, when Eve came back from the serpent, the snake, and after she got beguiled and she came and brought that philosophy to her husband, we fell as men on earth. Man fell on earth. It says, wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned. Oh no, I'm a perfect man. I ain't done nothing wrong. I'm a good man. I'm a good person. I'm a good human being. A lot of these people, they think they're good people. Yeah, how do you measure your goodness? What are you measuring your goodness by? By the ways of this society? Because you don't run a red light? Right? Because you pay your taxes? You pay your child support? You take care of your kids? You're a law-abiding citizen, so you're a good person? No, I'm going to read it again. Wherefore, as by one man sin entered the world. What is sin? The transgression of the laws of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And the only people on earth who are sinners are the children of Israel. These other nations, they're just fucking wicked. They're evil. They're bad people. They're heathens. Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned. For until the law, sin was in the world, but sin is not imputed when there is no law. Nevertheless, death reigned. Why you think these heathens get away with what they do? Why you think they live long lives? They eat abominable foods, they commit adultery, they do whatever they do, they live long, happy lives, because they're not under the law. They're not under the law. I'm reading, nevertheless, death reigned from Adam to Moses. What happened? Death reigned from Adam to Moses, even over them that had not sinned, after the similitude of Adam's transgression, who is the figure of him that was to come. We all represent Adam, man. We all represent man, and guess what? We fell. Yeah, we fell when we started listening to our women. Start with the serpent. The serpent, the Lord said what? Matter of fact, bear with me. This is the book of Genesis 2:17. But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it, for in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. I'm gonna read it again. But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it, for in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. Right? And the Lord power said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I'm not even going to go to that part. Let's deal with the knowledge of good and evil, man. It's like right now, the Lord gave us the laws. The Lord didn't give the other nations the laws. So we should not be eating from the philosophies and the wisdom of the other nations. Right? Because the Lord gave us the laws. It says, I'm going to read it again. But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. And what brings death? The transgression of the law. Sin. So here you are. You got the righteousness. You eating from the tree of life. And then here's these other motherfuckers around you. Your woman go listen to these other bitches, these other fucking people around us. And then bring that bullshit to you and you start following it. And now you fucking end up dead. Right? Because that's what happened. I'm going to read it. Ecclesiasticus 25:24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Yeah, it was the woman. Of the woman came what? The beginning of sin, and through her we all die. We all perish, man. Through this woman, we perish. Through the ways of this world, you're going to perish. Following Satan, you're going to perish. Transgressing the laws of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you're going to perish. Yeah, there's nothing good that's going to come out of evil works. There's nothing good that is going to come out of the works of darkness. Isaiah 13:11. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I'm going to read it again. What's about to happen to this world and the evilness that's in this world? Because the evilness was only set up because of our transgressions. We're only seeing so much wickedness, and it says, at the end, perilous time shall come. Why? Because all this represents the entering of the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, the entering of the kingdom of heaven. It's like you got you got a pot, you cooking some food, and everything's boiling over, and then you come and turn it down. And when you turn it down, it's ready. It's ready to be eaten, ready to be served. That's the kingdom of heaven, ready to be cooked, ready to be served. But first, everything got to boil over. Everything got to get fucked up and destroyed over here, man. The Lord about to destroy this whole illustration, this fucked up ass society that we're living in. I'm reading, I will punish the world